Through this short documentary, we will be looking at the ways black women are portrayed through the media and how this shapes the way we see ourselves as young black British women.
In the first part of the documentary, we looked at the question, is black really beautiful?
Marlene came to a session wearing makeup that was too light for her skin tone and a straight black weave. In this part of the session, she starts to remove the makeup and explain why she's wearing it.
What I wanted to achieve by wearing the makeup and reading the monologue is to kind of get a reaction. We see a lot of people with a lot of makeup on and we don't have a reaction to that. So if you kind of exaggerate the makeup, what kind of reaction would you have? The fact is, when people do bleach, you can actually see that they are bleaching and they are lighter than maybe if you look at their neck or their knuckles, you can see that they're darker. So it's kind of exaggerating that point and getting them to understand that it's in our faces, we just don't know. But if someone's walking out with a lot of makeup, you are going to notice.
Watching Marlene take off the makeup made me think, do we as black women use makeup to enhance our features or use it to cover up and change ourselves?
Cora brought in 2 dolls, one white and one black.
Tell me what the differences are between these 2 dolls. One at a time, don't talk over one another either.
There's a slight tone difference.
Okay, there's a tonal difference. Is it a massive tonal difference or?
No. Yeah. Really?
We looked at the dolls. We found that there wasn't really any difference between the black doll and the white doll, apart from the black one had slightly darker skin tone. She still had straight hair, which wasn't black, and the same figure. So we decided to paint a portrait of what the media sees as black beauty and what we see as black beauty.
Here we interview Carmen Jackson, a makeup artist from Fashion Fair, and found that although Fashion Fair are meant to promote black beauty, nowhere on the stand was an image of a black woman with natural hair. Although Fashion Fair provide foundation for darker skin tones, while we were there we witnessed a customer choose a foundation much lighter than her own skin tone, and found out later this was common practice.
It's been going for 35 years, over 35 years now, and the reason Mr. Johnson, that's the founder, set up the company was because at the time they were doing the fashion show and they found out that the black models didn't have makeup for their colour skin. They were having to mix colours to blend with their skin, so that was how it really all started. We do have our own magazine, that's the Ebony magazine, and we do a lot of advertising in there as well. And also a lot of it is word of mouth, because it's been going for so long. You do find that you get, word of mouth customers that come and say, i.e. my sister, my mum, or the family members or friends have tried it, and that's why they're coming to buy.
In this section, we look at whether the way black women are shown in the media is a real representation or just a continuation of old stereotypes. Five myths about black women. The first one, all black women are interested in sex and men.
All black women can cook.
All black women like dancing.
All black women are aggressive.
All black women have a bad attitude. Hi, my name's Aileen.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Vanessa.
Okay, hi, I'm Lorna Laidlaw and I'm an actress and a writer and a director as well, and a mother of 2.
Okay. So what inspired you to become an actress and how long have you been in the profession?
I've been an actress for over, I can't believe I'm going to be saying this, over 25 years. Look at your eyebrows, that's really good. But over 25 years, and I actually started while I was doing my Gold Duke of Edinburgh Award, and a friend of mine went for an audition and I went, oh yeah, I'll come with you. And so I sat in with her, and then the director said, you can't sit down, you have to audition with everybody else. And I went, oh my gosh. And then I got in and she didn't. Bad. But anyhow, the magic started.
Looking at images of black women in the media, you tend to see them as like servants or sexual objects. Do you think in the theatre you're offered more diverse roles?
Well, the roles that I've been given have been ridiculously diverse. I've played Queen Victoria. I know, Do you know what I mean? Black Queen Victoria, you don't get to see that very often. Play Queen Victoria, I've played, you know, a 60-odd-year-old grandmother. I've played, you know, a mom who's lost a son. I've played against type, so actually in roles that you would not think a black woman would play. I've been in Educating Rita, I've done Misery, which are not traditionally black, what would you call black roles, but they are very strong women roles, and that's what I've sort of really been interested in playing, and that's what I've been given.
Have you ever felt your ethnicity has limited the jobs that you've been offered to the television industry?
Well, this is the first job I've had really, so I don't feel it has. I think if you go into a job interview or into any job situation thinking that you're the best candidate for the job, that you can do the job, that you're capable, you have the skills, then I think if you go in with that very positive attitude, then I think that it becomes less of an issue. I think it becomes, I'm not saying there's not prejudice out there, because I think there is, but when you know it's not a level playing field, just play to your strengths, and your strengths are that you feel you can do the job. So that's what I've always tried to play to, and I think it's worked.
In this section, we look at how the images of half-naked women in music videos impacts on the way we see ourselves.
Not all of the raunchy music videos we see were led by a male singer. Some just featured women, so are black women making a conscious choice to trade on their sex appeal, or are they forced into this by those who market their work?
With this in mind, I went to Odeon Cinema to talk to cinema manager Michael McLean about marketing black women in film. We're looking at images of black women. We have found they are often shown as either being sex symbols or servants/cleaners. In the films you have seen, would you agree that black women are marketed in this way, or are films released today showing black women in a diversity of roles?
I personally think a lot of films now are marketed with sexy black women. Rather than it being servile, people are now saying if you do that, you're going to get targeted as being sexist. So now we have strong, independent, sexy black women in smaller roles. We don't have these sort of heavy-hitting, high-profile things, unless it's some drama that's not estimated to make huge box office. You look at a film like Precious. Precious is sold on the story, and some great performances, but it's based on the story rather than being a Hollywood blockbuster. It was a small, low-budget film, very worthy, great story and great performances, rather than being somewhere where the story was going to generate this huge amount of interest, this huge amount of box office, and you cast a black woman as the lead role.
Are films with black women as a lead actress harder to market than films with white or Asian lead actresses?
Yes. Simple answer is yes. Unless the film is very, very high profile, yes, it is more difficult. What should be focused on is you should be marketing the film and not just the star. Yeah? If your film doesn't stand up and you have to rely on selling the name of the actress in the role, it means that you're not confident in the film that you've put out there. It should be a case of people come along to see the film first, the actress second. If she's a singer, if she's high profile, they should be secondary to the film. Now, when it comes to film, my thing is story, it's narrative. It's about conveying a good story. If you sell a good story on screen, people will like the film. They'll come back, they'll talk about it, and it builds the profile of the actress who's in that film. It shouldn't be the other way around. You shouldn't be relying on the name of the actress to carry that movie.
Thinking about the impact the media has on black girls' self-esteem, today we are meeting with Ivora Bean, who has worked on mentoring and counselling projects with a number of young black women, to hear her thoughts on how some of the black girls she works with view themselves.
First of all, not all young girls, not all black girls that I've worked with have a negative image of being black. I think on the contrary, there's a lot of positive young black women out there, but equally, unfortunately, there's quite a small proportion of young black girls that I have met personally who have a problem with their self-confidence, which then impacts on how they think they look or how they think they should be. I've come across in my line of work a lot of young black girls who have used bleaching creams, or they will describe themselves as being ugly, or they will describe their faces, their mouth as being too big, their nose as being too broad, their hair as a wig. They'll use derogatory terms to put themselves down. And my view on this is that that's been enforced sometimes within their own families and within their own homes. And when a mother turns around and tells her child that she's ugly or that she has a big nose or whatever the comments is, the child then starts to believe that, and that's where the problems start to grow.
In this part of the documentary, we tried to get some general views on what young black people think about how women are shown in the media. As a part of this, we interviewed players of the Continental Stars men's and women's football team, as all the players are from the black British community.
We interviewed them in the evening after training and unfortunately lost the light. But listening to their comments, you can get an idea of how just because we're all black doesn't mean we all think the same.
The media makes you feel uncomfortable to be a natural black individual. What I mean by that, if I want to walk out and wear my hair natural, everyone's going to look at me funny. Some probably frown. Probably my own sister's going to come to me. Why is her hair like that? And that's my natural beauty. But the media doesn't see it like that. The media doesn't portray it like that. I'm made to wear weave and lighter makeup, bleaching cream.
Does the media make you use bleaching cream, or is that or is it pressure within the black community itself that if you're darker skinned that doesn't work?
The media makes me feel bad to be natural or to be me.
Really unreal in the media. They really talk about a black successful woman. They're always talking about this young pregnancy in the population in certain areas.
In conclusion, we have found skin tone played more a factor than we realised. Black women who appear more European in their features are promoted more in the media.
Music videos don't portray a positive image of black women, as they continue the myth that black women are only interested in sex and men.
Black men don't help the situation as much as they could, as seen by modern day music videos, in films and news articles.
Even as children, black girls are not given dolls that help them build a positive self-image.
All these factors and much more are having a negative effect on the self-esteem and self-image of black women. We can't and shouldn't rely on the media to show the diversity within our community as black women. So, in raising awareness through this documentary, we have made an active effort to change the way black women have been portrayed. Will you?
Coming on this media thing, it's given my weeks on purpose. It's like sometimes I just get up in the morning and I hear Shlomi get up and I'm thinking, what am I doing today? But when I know I've got this to come to, I'm like, yeah, looking forward to it.
It's nice meeting new people, working together. I think it's really good.
It's making me think about different things as well, not just the same old dry said things.
I feel slightly a bit more educated and you come with an open mind and yeah, I just love it.
It's a great experience and just meet different people.